Recap in minutes. Today we will be going through an adventure, drama, and satirical action movie from 2008, called Tropic Thunder. There will be spoilers ahead in this video, so chill out and enjoy. The movie starts with the narration of John Four-Leaf Tabak. He says that in the winter of 1969, an elite force of the US Army was sent on a top-secret mission in southeast Vietnam. Their objective was to rescue him from a heavily guarded NVA prison camp. Now he's attempting to make a movie based on that book. In the opening scene, 3 helicopters are heading toward the camp over the Vietnam forest. As they reach the camp, the helicopters come under heavy fire from both the Vietnamese forces, and the soldiers on board start engaging in a brutal battle. This intense action sequence is actually a scene from Tabak's movie of his wartime memoir. The central platoon consists of Speedman, Lazarus, Chino, Portnoy, and the young actor Kevin Sandusky. Amidst the chaos, they find Speedman wounded. Kevin shows Sergeant Lazarus that Four-Leaf is still out in the fields. Lazarus, who's playing an African-American character named Sergeant Lincoln Osiris, has dyed his skin dark and is fully committed to not breaking character. When they spot Speedman being shot by the Vietnamese multiple times, Lazarus orders his men to go back down and retrieve him. However, the others don't listen and start to fly up. Despite this, Lazarus runs towards Speedman, picks him up, and rushes back to the helicopter. Just then, a Vietnamese soldier emerges from an underground bunker and throws a grenade at them. Speedman attempts to catch it, but it explodes, causing Portnoy to hang from the helicopter. Now a scene, where Osiris is crying over Speedman's blown-off hands, is ruined when Speedman is unable to cry, and Lazarus dribbles uncontrollably into Speedman's face. The director of the film, Damian Coburn, gets frustrated by the ruined take. Meanwhile, the jets come to blow the ridge. Speedman is still trying his best to cry but could not. The chaos escalates when the film's pyrotechnics expert, Cody, mistakes Coburn's anger as a signal to set off several expensive explosions. Filming is already a month behind schedule, and the media has dubbed the production as the most expensive war movie never made, even though they've only been shooting for 5 days. The director Coburn and his crew have a FaceTime meeting with the production head, Leigh Grossman, who is furious about the delayed shots and the missing scene of Four-Leaf's cry. In frustration, Grossman asks one of the crew members to punch him in the face. Coburn tries to explain that the prima donna behavior of the stars is what's causing the delays, but Grossman shows no sympathy. Later, the real Four-Leaf Tabak, who has actual hooks for hands, unexpectedly shows up behind their meeting desk. He tells Leigh that he wrote the book, and when he tries to say something, Leigh shuts him up, saying that the nation owes him a lot, but let them do their work. After the meeting, Coburn attempts to gather the cast for a meeting, but nobody seems to care about his efforts. Feeling disheartened, he leaves the party on the beach. There he overhears Four-Leaf saying, "When the herd loses its way, the shepherd must kill the bull that leads them astray." Four-Leaf calls him into his hut and says he doesn't like to sleep on the beds, that's why he is there. He gets angry at him, saying that he did not come just to sit in their meeting. He emphasizes that he entrusted his story to Coburn's hands and expects him not to fail him. He urges Coburn to put his boys to work, and suggests dropping the actors in a real jungle. He proposes using video game cameras in the trees from different angles, and utilizing Cody's explosives to instill real fear in the actors. Coburn enthusiastically agrees with the idea. The next day, Speedman, Lazarus, Chino, Portnoy, and Sandusky are taken in a chopper by Four-Leaf, who drops them off deep in the jungle with Coburn. The director sternly explains that he's going to use hidden cameras guerrilla style to capture real fear as they try to survive in the actual jungle. Coburn destroys the actors' cell phones, giving them only a map and scene listing to guide them to the helicopter waiting elsewhere in the jungle. As he walks away, Coburn accidentally steps on an old French landmine and gets blown to pieces. The actors, except for Lazarus, believe that this is just another one of Coburn's special effects tricks. However, they are being watched by members of Flaming Dragon, a gang involved in heroin production and sales. The Dragons mistake the actors for DEA agents, and when they see Speedman displaying Coburn's severed head gruesomely, they become wary. Speedman tries to convince the others that Coburn's death is part of the movie's plan. Suddenly, when they attempt to go into the jungle as per the script, they are attacked by the Vietnamese dragon group. Initially, the actors think it's part of the movie's ambush scene, and engage in a gunfight using blank rounds. Four-Leaf and Cody, who are unaware of the real danger, are waiting on a nearby ridge. During the exchange of gunfire, Speedman throws a prop grenade at the dragons, just as Cody detonates a large explosive that causes the dragons to retreat. After the fight scene, the actors continue into the jungle, believing that the director has something big planned for them. Speedman reminisces about his old movies with Lazarus. Meanwhile, Four Leaf and Cody try to locate the now deceased director. Cody suggests going back to the point where they left the actors. When they reach there, they find the explosion spot where Coburn died. Four Leaf accuses Cody of killing the director with his explosives, but Cody denies it, saying he didn't set the explosives at that specific spot. There must be something else going on. As they argue and struggle, it is revealed that Four Leaf still has hands, which shocks Cody. The two are suddenly surrounded and captured by the dragons, who force them to go to their hideout. In captivity, Cody asks Four Leaf where they are, and Four Leaf admits he doesn't know. He reveals to Cody that he's not a real war veteran and never left the U.S. before. He only served in the Coast Guard in the sanitation department. He originally wrote the book as a tribute, not based on personal experiences in Vietnam. Cody gets angry and shocked but could not do anything. While on the other hand, the actors press on with their tough journey through the jungle. It's revealed that Portnoy is a heroin addict, but he cleverly disguises the drug as candy. During a pause in their travel, a bat swoops down and steals Portnoy's stash of heroin, and he chases after it in a frenzied state. Speedman and Lazarus clash as Speedman insists on holding the map, and pushing ahead to shoot scenes. They discuss their careers, with Lazarus giving a backhanded compliment to Speedman's role in Simple Jack, where he acted like the dumbest mother F who ever lived. He advises Speedman never to go full retard in the future, as the Academy rarely rewards such performances with Oscars. At the same time, Chino becomes increasingly frustrated with Lazarus for continuously acting in a stereotypical and offensive black manner, as he stays in character even off camera. After Lazarus snatches the map from Speedman, Sandusky, the only one with boot camp training, examines the map and reveals that Speedman has been leading them in the wrong direction. The group decides to split from Speedman, who stubbornly insists on continuing in the mistaken path. He even quotes a scene from the script where he has to trek alone through a frightening jungle. He leaves them and walks through the stream to the dense jungle. Speedman's sanity begins to deteriorate as he continues to act out scenes from the film. One night, in distress, he mistakenly kills a giant panda, thinking it's the enemy. The next morning, while on a call with his agent Peck, Speedman is captured by the dragons and taken to their camp. He believes it's scene number 67 of the Prisoner of War camp, mentioned in the Tropic Thunder script. When their boy offers him some tea, he notices a camera, starts to act and says some lines from the script. He pushes him away and he leaves without serving him the tea. Speedman calls him back but does not listen. As tensions mount among the actors, the relationship between Lazarus and Chino becomes strained. Portnoy's heroin withdrawal leads to hallucinations, and he has to be restrained to a water buffalo. During a conversation about women back home, Sandusky expresses envy of Lazarus because he once dated Jennifer Love Hewitt. In the course of the conversation, it's revealed that Chino is secretly homosexual and has feelings for someone named Lance. As they continue their journey, the group stumbles upon Flaming Dragon's heroin factory. Witnessing Speedman being tortured, they decide to plan an ambush based on the plot of the film. While at the camp, Speedman is tormented by the gang's young leader, Tran. As Speedman stutters saying, "Please don't hurt me," Tran recognizes him as the star of Simple Jack, which happens to be the only film the dragons have seen. Tran says they have watched that movie many times. They are in awe of meeting their superstar hero, and force him to perform scenes from the film multiple times a day. Speedman even gains a toddler follower, whom he affectionately names Half Squat. The dragons call Peck and inform him that they are holding Speedman for ransom. Peck relays this to Leigh Grossman, who angrily curses at the dragon on the other end of the line. Later that night, Grossman learns that the dragons are involved in heroin manufacturing, and receives another call demanding an increased ransom. Grossman responds by telling them they can kill Speedman. He suggests to Peck that they can benefit from letting the dragons kill Speedman, and collect the insurance money. Grossman offers Peck a share of the profits, enticing him with the idea of purchasing a luxurious Gulfstream G5 plane. Lazarus impersonates a farmer speaking broken Chinese, and pretends to have caught Portnoy tied to his yak on his farm. He distracts the armed guards, while Chino and Sandusky sneak into the building where the captives are held. To their surprise, they find Cody and Four Leaf already tied up there. Quickly, they untie them and prepare for a fight. As the Tran starts noticing inconsistencies in Lazarus' story, the actors open fire on them, temporarily subduing the gang members, even though they are armed only with blank ammunition. Portnoy takes the gang's child leader Tran as a hostage to lead them to the location of the drugs. He gets into a fight with Tran, who finds his chance when he is having trouble wearing a tight shirt. After a fierce battle with the young crime lord, Portnoy discovers an enormous mound of heroin. Despite contemplating his struggling lowbrow movie career, he rejects the heroin and instead uses it to incapacitate two guards. Four-Leaf and Cody join the fight, utilizing Cody's flamethrower and explosives against the dragons. The intense combat ensues as they all battle to gain the upper hand. However, Portnoy, Chino, and Lazarus discover that Speedman has been brainwashed. He's now performing to an adoring crowd multiple times a day, convinced that he is back home. Before they can snap him out of it, Lazarus breaks down, revealing his own internal struggle with his identity. With the help of Chino and Sandusky, Lazarus decides to drop the Sergeant Osiris persona, abandoning the makeup and accent, and returns to being his authentic Australian self. Despite Sandusky's inspiring words, they find that Speedman remains trapped in his trance, and they have to physically drag him away as they attempt to escape in Cody and Four-Leaf's recaptured helicopter. The dragons quickly regroup, and pursue the actors as they make their way across a bridge rigged by Cody to explode. Speedman hesitates, wanting to stay with the family he believes he has found. However, he returns with Half Squad on his shoulder, but he is stabbing him in the neck, while Speedman is struggling to escape from the murderous dragons who are hot on their heels. Just in time, Four-Leaf detonates the bridge, allowing Speedman to get across safely. Lazarus rushes to rescue Speedman from the rubble. They pledge their friendship, and finally, Speedman is able to shed tears. As they all get into the helicopter to make their escape, Tran appears with a rocket launcher. He shoots at the helicopter, but Peck unexpectedly shows up with Speedman's TiVo, and uses it to deflect the rocket. They manage to avoid the attack, and the group flies away to safety, leaving the dangerous situation behind them. After some time, it's shown that a documentary about the chaotic and botched production is made, using the hidden camera footage. The documentary becomes a massive success, winning multiple Academy Awards and becoming a blockbuster film itself. Remarkably, the documentary breaks Speedman's streak of flops, and he receives the prestigious award for Best Actor. Lazarus, his friend, has the honor of presenting him with the award. The movie ends with a celebration as Leigh Grossman, in a moment of joy, does a hip-hop dance to mark the incredible success of the film. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe Recap in Minutes for more videos like this, and help the channel grow.